Salaam alaikum, Pops.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah, son.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well, son. Are you?
Good, Dad. Gonna go straight in. I'm in a bad mood today, I'll be honest with you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, it swings in the roundabouts, isn't it? But sometimes you're very in a jolly, happy mood and then...
Anyway, straight into today's...
Right, okay.
Straight into today's message.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
It's recording, yeah. Just making sure. I don't want to...
Well, check it.
Technical difficulties, you know what I mean? Anyway,
Yeah.
Here we go. Hi, Harris. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for your podcast and how you keep it real always. My question is advice for parents raising mixed race children and your experience growing up mixed race. I understand people from this background experience issues in identity, and I was just wondering what your experience in this, what was your experience in this and how you dealt with it? What are your recommendations, your do's and don'ts, and how do you connect with your Asian side? Secondly, just want to shout you out for being so open about your mental health. For those who have never experienced the depths of anxiety and depression, they will never understand the severity of this condition. It's so easy for those who have never suffered to give advice like think positive. The strength it takes to make it through a day with such a condition is true strength. Okay, thank you very much for that message. And
Right, okay. So
I'll let you go first, though, if you want.
No. You start, because obviously I want to hear what your side of things are. How did you feel? And did you feel any difficulties? Did you feel...
All right, so first and foremost, I have to apologise for my being in a bad mood today. It might come across on the podcast. Second of all, anything I might say today which offends you, which most likely will offend somebody, I apologise in advance.
Okay.
But
Right, before you go then. Because you're in a bad mood and everything, and I think you're going to come up with certain things which some people don't like. So, you know, when I started doing that, it was just a fun and game to start with. You know, you wanted to do that. I said, okay, yeah, this podcast, because you did with your friend, and that was a completely different thing when you started doing with me. Yeah. Initially, I took it very lightly and stuff like that, but the more and more we're doing it, more I'm thinking about it. You know, like there are a lot of people out there who listen to, and they might take offense to certain things we say, and also they might follow certain things we say. But I want people to take it with a pinch of salt, because we are not expert of any of these. You know, I haven't got a degree in this matter. You don't have a degree.
we're just giving our honest opinion.
We were just talking about our personal experiences.
Yeah.
Does not have to relate to anybody else, and does not have to affect anybody else. You can take it or leave it.
Exactly.
There are certain things that might be beneficial for some people. They might take something out of it, and if it isn't, do you think it's just rubbish? Just leave it alone. But please, just leave it as a light-hearted stuff.
We never said that we're experts.
Yeah.
It's just this is just a chat between a dad and a son.
Yeah. So it's just our feeling. I mean, different things affect different people differently. So this is what we talk about here is our, feelings and our experiences and things like that. It does not have to apply to anybody else.
Yeah.
But if it does, and if it benefits somebody, anything we say here, if it's help somebody out in any way, that's blessing. But if it isn't, just listen it as like kind of entertainment type of thing, and just forget about it. So go for it now, but still try not to purposefully offend somebody.
I never try and purposely come on, Dad.
Yeah.
I never try and purposely offend somebody, but if my truth, what I'm speaking, offends somebody, then it is what it is, isn't it? What can I do? Sure. I never purposely offend anyone.
Yeah, because it's a big subject. It's not an easy, because obviously there are a lot of people, not only mixed marriage with white and Asian, but there are people who marry from different cultures as well, Harris. And the people can be affected within same culture, same religion, same everything. Marriages there can be difficulties as well. So it's not just one size fit all. It's different people feeling differently in different relationships. So after him said that, you go for it.
So obviously, I didn't really have any feeling when I was a kid. I mean, now and again, I'd wonder why I was only white. Between all the cousins when we went to Pakistan or when we went to You know, I went to Pakistan loads of times when I was a young kid for big weddings and stuff, and we all stayed in one big house. You know, and every room was taken. Some people were sleeping on the floor. You know, one of those things.
Yeah.
And I was the only white kid because my dad never took my sisters. He always only took me. So when I'm the only white one, and everyone else there is brown.
And the majority of them are talking in their own language.
Yeah. There's barely any English being spoken, only between me and my young cousins. So there was inklings in my mind, like, wonder why I'm the only one, like, and like it was a bit of like a black sheep, but obviously the opposite, white sheep of the family. But it never, like, I never felt like an outsider. Like, a very Pakistani families, obviously very
loving and caring people.
Yeah. So very welcoming, very loving, caring. All that's fine.
Yeah.
What was that?
Don't worry about it.
What was that?
Next door neighbor. I mean, I think the walls are getting thinner because every time they move a little bit, then
So the first time I felt that isn't good, Dad. What's she doing? Playing basketball or something?
I have no idea what she's doing.
Anyway, the first time I felt some type of way about being mixed race was when I went to high school, first year of high school. I've said this many times on different podcasts, on my vlogs and everything. People know about this by now. When I went to high school, the Pakistani kids used to pick on me and bully me and say things to me because they saw my white mother drop me off at school. And the white kid used to swear at me and say stuff to me and call me names because they saw my Pakistani dad drop me off at school, or, you know, whenever they saw my parents with me at school, whatever. So for a long period of time, the only kids I could hang around with were the black kids, because there was a very big, large group of black kids in the school that I went to. And also, I'm from an area where it's just around the corner is a very predominant black Jamaican area, right? Yeah. So those kids who I knew from around where I live were also in the same school as me. So I wouldn't say I was friends with them, but the black kids were more accepting of me, whereas the Asian kids bullied me and the white kids bullied me for those reasons. It was only after a while, a couple of years in high school, being bullied by the Asian kids, that they started opening up and being like, there was this film came out. I can't remember. All I remember was one of the predominant bullies, Asian bullies, Pakistani bullies that used to really, really bother me every day at school. One day in science, I was sitting in the science class, came up to me, and he mentioned about he'd seen this film. His parents made him watch this film. I don't know if it was called The Message or The Messenger or something like that.
Yeah.
And it would have been something about the Prophet, peace be upon him, and accepting all your Muslim brothers. It must have been something, I've not seen it. It must have been something to do with that. And the kid ended up turning a new leaf. And then he didn't bother me ever again after that. He came and said sorry to me, said he'd seen this film. And after that, that was it. Anyway, I left high school, obviously. I went to college. And in college, it was only white people there. In the media course, there was no Asians, only whites, right? So then I had just white friends for that long period of time. Now, bearing in mind, in school as well, I had one or two. We had one Iranian friend for a few years, and then I had a white friend who was probably my best friend throughout high school. Chris, remember Chris?
Yeah.
Turns out, a couple of years later, he joined the RAF and became a very, very strong racist towards Asians and anybody who's brown. Yeah. So the last time I saw his profile on Facebook, he was ranting and raging about a lot of racism. So he's obviously gone down a weird path anyway.
Although he was a very good friend. I mean, he was
a good friend of mine.
Met her mother.
Yeah.
And used to hang around a lot of time. I used to drop you to his house, and he used to come in. To our house. And
so it's weird how my life's changed, because I had first of all I was friends with the black kids because the whites and Asian wouldn't accept me. Then the Asians accepted me, but I didn't become friends with them because of how much they bullied me. I didn't like them at that point. So I had white friends. I went to college. All my friends were white in college. Left college, went to university, and the whites in my university were all snobby, horrible people, and the Asians in my university course were my best friends, and I got on really well with them. Two of them, of which I was friends with for many years, Sherry, who's now married to one of my cousins, and Zishan, who's Jimmy Harden, as everyone knows him. Those two guys I went to university with became my best friends for the next 15 years after that. Yeah. And then from then, I definitely moved towards my Pakistani side, and I don't look at myself now like as a white man. I look at myself more as a Pakistani man. But getting down to the nitty gritty of what I want to say is, unfortunately, I'm not proud of my Pakistani heritage. When someone asks me, where's your family from, I never ever say Pakistan, because of the stereotype that Pakistan has and Pakistani people have unfortunately, it's not a good one. So because of the way I look and my name and the way that I am, I can very easily camouflage myself and say that I'm something else.
Yeah.
So I usually say
in Middle East you were Arab.
Yeah. So in the Middle East I can say I'm
yeah.
Arab. If I'm talking to someone English, I can say I'm Turkish. If I'm talking to someone else, I can say because I've got Irish blood in me.
Yeah.
I've got my name is Turkish.
Yeah. Grandfather was Canadian.
So
grandmother was Irish.
Irish,
mother's mom.
Yeah. So there's loads of different things I can take and pull out. I never, ever tell anybody, unless it's the person I'm speaking with is Pakistani, that I'm Pakistani.
Yeah.
Because of the experiences I've had in the past.
Yeah.
Where as soon as I tell someone I'm Pakistani, they look at me in a different way. They treat me in a different way. I've had it many times.
Strange, yes.
I've had it many times. There was one time.
As a Pakistani myself, I never felt that. I know there are people out there that they are not doing any favors to the country. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people who are giving the bad name to the country, but which is very, very strange to hear your views about it, because I have lived here for nearly 40 years now. And as a Pakistani, I have never, ever felt that I can't tell. I mean, I very proudly tell people that I'm from Pakistan.
Well, you're born there. That's different for you. I'm not born
yeah,
there. The only connection to Pakistan I've got is you.
Yeah.
I don't look down on you. You're my dad. I look up to you. I don't look down on you. And I'm proud you're my dad. And I'm happy about you being my connection to Pakistan. But I'm not proud of the country. Like, I wouldn't go visit Pakistan. That's the last place I want to visit.
Yeah, okay.
And
that is something we need to have a separate discussion about.
And also, I've done business dealings with Pakistanis, and they're the worst people to do business with. And I've had personal
few bad experiences cannot make the whole thing.
Many bad experiences. I'll put it this way: every Pakistani.
One of them I push you through to those two lads. You hired from Pakistan.
Exactly.
And give them
in my mind, at that point in time, I'm thinking, these lads are from the same city, the same country my dad's from, the same city my dad's
Lahore
from.
they're from.
They went to the same school as my dad. Everything I thought these are basically my dad's people.
Yeah.
And they did me over. So
yes.
And then I did Asian weddings for a long time. And when I did Asian weddings, I experienced very, very, very difficult Pakistani families who were just horrible and just cause you stress, cause you anxiety, cause you, and because obviously I understand their point of view, and then also you got to understand when Pakistani people mix culture and religion together and they try and, do all this mad thing where they make you feel guilty and they see, I put it this way. The very, very, very the Pakistani people I don't like, right, and the Muslim people I don't like are the ones that I refer to as, like, if you look at these hillbillies and the Bible bashing hillbillies, you're watching movies where they talk about Jesus and they like backwards people. Those are the kind of people I don't like, which I've experiences with, where they're like backwards Pakistani mentality mixed with religion, just like the Bible bashers or the Quran bashers, should I say. That's why I don't want to offend anybody. That's what I've had experience with. So I keep myself away from those kind of people.
Right.
But
listen,
Dad, I've got so much more. Can I get all of my chips before you start delving in?
Yeah. Sure. But I mean,
let me put it this way, right?
Yeah.
I'm just one person. Do you know how many times I've been sat with a Pakistani person who said I hate Pakis? So many times.
Yeah.
Just the other day, I was in the car with someone going to do a shoot, and they said, "Oh, we don't like to have Pakis on at our events." I'm like, "You're Pakistani yourself." He goes, "Yeah, we don't like it, bro. They're fucking this and that, all this stuff." or like, I work with Pakistani business people who have a business.
Yeah.
That, we can't have Pakis in our videos, or we can't have Pakis representing our brand. We can't. I'm like, bro, you're Pakistani, but this is the thing. This is what they don't understand.
So that's where you're getting it from. The negativity is coming from all those Pakistanis you are mixing and melting with the business people.
Yeah, but
and that giving you the wrong image.
If I flew to Pakistan today, what kind of treatment do I have over there?
When you went
I'd
down
probably
to
need to have
Pakistan,
flipping armed guards. I was a kid, Dad.
but
now
still,
I'm a grown man. If I went to Pakistan today, would I be safe? Or would I get held at gunpoint?
No.
Everyone's telling me
we're going to go soon, inshallah.
I'm not going to Pakistan. I don't want to go. I've the only connection I've got to Pakistan is you, Dad.
Yeah, I know. But we're going soon, inshallah.
And then there's like the it's anyway. I don't want to get too much on Pakistan, but the people ask me about mixed. Right, my whole white side completely have nothing to do with it. Right?
Because there isn't anything. Your mother only had one sister, mother and father.
And what about family?
Mother and
Forget
father
family.
passed away.
It's not about family.
And then there is nothing. There's only one sister, and she obviously.
Holly, Dad. Why am I calling
And then
Holly? I'm thinking of getting dementia or something like that because I keep saying names wrong all the time.
It can happen to anybody sometime.
I just called you my wife's name. What's going on?
I know. Because you are with her 24/7. Now you come to talk to me, and then suddenly it comes. It can happen. Don't worry about it.
Listen. You got to take what I'm saying right now with a pinch of salt because first of all, I'm in a bad mood today. Second of all, I am a very hateful person anyway. So it doesn't matter what color, creed, race you are. I hate you because I don't like people. All right.
You're not a people person.
Yeah. So I don't like people. So I cut myself off from a lot of people.
Yeah.
Family, friends, people I do business with. I was doing business with many people the past couple of months, and without any warning,
burn bridges.
Without any warning. See. I'm a strong believer of now, especially now in my age and my experience through life, that you have to protect your energy. And when I say protect your energy, I mean protect your happiness, protect your peace of mind, protect your mental health. You have to protect that at all costs. That's all you've got. You've got nothing else. If you lose everything, that's all you've got left. All right. Now, if anyone or anything or any experience is bothering my peace of mind, my peace, my health, my mind, my anything, then I have to completely wash my hands of it. And that's in the past that's involved family, friends, business relationships, even business relationships where I'm making loads of money off that. I've walked away from it.
You have.
I'm making loads of money from someone, but because that I'm not happy there, or my peace of mind is not okay, I've walked away from it. Thousands and thousands of pounds I've walked away from in the past. Because that's the most important thing to me is my peace of mind and my family, and that's it. So, it's a very difficult thing to answer. For me, the do's and don'ts of being from a mixed thing is going to be different from everybody else. For me, it's you have to just find out where you feel like you fit in most. Now, I feel like I fit in most with the I am proud to be Muslim.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm not proud to be Pakistani, but I'm proud to be Muslim. Okay. Yeah. I fit in with wherever there's Muslims, I fit in. But bear in mind, I'm not talking about the absolutely extremist Muslims who you can't even scratch your ass without having a go at you or something. Yeah. I can't stand those kind of people. If you're judging me every 2 seconds, why am I going to want to be around you?
Every Muslim knows full well that the only judge is Allah Almighty.
Exactly.
You can guide somebody. Yeah. You can tell somebody what you're doing wrong, what you're doing, but you cannot force people to do anything. If I'm reading namaz with my heart, that will be accepted. If I'm reading namaz because you are watching me and you're pressuring me, that namaz is going to do any good to me or to you either.
Pakistani Muslims.
But this is what I'm saying. There's some people... Right, okay, don't generalize it. Don't generalize it.
No, Pakistani Muslims are the most judgmental group of people you're ever going to come across.
I understand.
They will judge you for everything you do, how you look, how you speak, how you walk.
Although 90% of the time they are not doing anything themselves. But they, So
I've been judged before by people and the way they're living their lives and what they do.
Yeah.
Drug dealers or this and that, or they don't even speak to their parents, and they're going to judge me for having a dog in the house, something like that. I had comments last week from a few weeks ago when I did and I said I had a dog and he's a guard dog and this and that. They're quoting the Quran saying unless your dog herd sheep, or unless your dog what age am I? Do I look like I got sheep? The only people that have dogs back in the day, back in Prophet days, the only people that had dogs were the herd sheep or to do whatever the hell the rest of it said. Nowadays, who's herding sheep? You got to have a dog. You couldn't have a dog if you herd sheep. Now, I've already said that getting a dog was a big mistake. I shouldn't have got one. Yeah. But because of the years and years and years of you telling me that I couldn't have one, when I finally got a bit of freedom, I got one. Big mistake I made.
You moved out of the house.
Yeah.
So first thing you're going to do is get a dog.
But what I could have done was I could have gone straight to the pub and drank 5 beers, or I could have gone and snorted
instead
cocaine.
You got a dog. Okay.
Yeah, I did the simplest one of just breaking the... you were very strict on me when I was growing up. So if my son left the house and the only thing he did was get a dog after I've kept him strict his whole life, then that's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's okay. And the millions and millions and millions of Muslims all over the world have dogs. But the thing is, depending where the dog is, where do you keep the dog and stuff like that. The only problem is,
forget the dog thing. That's just an example of the judgmental bullshit that you have to. I've been through. I've been through a lot of this. This is the biggest thing. I've been through a lot of judgment throughout my entire life because of me not being full Pakistani, because of me being mixed. I feel like I've been under even more scrutiny and judgment, especially because I put myself out there on videos for many years. I shouldn't have done that probably. That's just the route I took. I like vlogging. I like talking on camera. I like doing this. This is a form of therapy for me. This I came and sat down today in a bad mood. I promise you I'll leave in a better mood just because of doing this with you, Dad.
Inshallah. Because you get getting it
off your chest. It's important. This is what they say about mental health as well. They say you should talk, but I don't like to talk to people. I don't like people.
I know,
but I like to talk on this.
Unfortunately, Haris Effendi, it works both ways, doesn't it? You are going to have this ranting and raving and get all of this out of your chest, but there is somebody sitting there who's going to listen to it.
Yeah.
It's going to affect somebody badly. So you have to.
Why would it affect somebody? This is just my personal. This is my personal experience.
Because there are going to be a lot of Pakistanis out there who are very proud of being Pakistanis.
Good for them.
Like that. I know.
So let them. I'm not saying about them. I know. It's about my personal experience. But I'm not proud of it. Because
saying bad things about somebody
looked on like you're a taxi driver or you're a news agent. That's always going to be the case. I don't care if you're a doctor or a flipping rocket scientist like one of my customers is. No, if you say you're from Pakistan, they automatically think you're a curry munching, taxi driving news agent owner. That's it.
Unfortunately, that's the case.
That's it.
But I have fought all my life.
So when I'm working in a professional place, when my business, I once made a phone call to someone from Sharjah. We were staying in Sharjah at the time, in a small hotel in Sharjah. I like Sharjah. Sharjah's nice, right? I like it. It's a mixture of Dubai and us Pakistan together. I like it, right?
Yeah.
We were staying in Sharjah. I call this woman. This woman is in charge of the billionaire nightclub in Dubai. I was trying to get the contract for the billionaire. This is the first time I spoke to her.
Yeah.
I called her. We had a conversation. Before that, she'd shown loads of interest in working with me. I called her and I said, I'm in Dubai at the moment. I come and see you and we can sign the contract. And she goes, why are you calling me from Sharjah? I said, I'm staying at a hotel in Sharjah. She put the phone on me. Never spoke to her again.
Because
luckily, I got the contract a couple of years later. When she left, she got kicked out, and then someone else came in, Arab guy, and I spoke to the Arab guy, and I got the contract back. But for those years I was supposed to be doing that, I didn't get it because I spoke to her from Sharjah.
Yeah,
and that's Pakistani.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. She's like, we're that's how close it can be from Dubai to Sharjah. It's just half an hour drive.
Yeah.
And she looked down on me because I was calling from Sharjah. She goes, why are you saying Sharjah? See you later. That was it, done. So people's outlook, like in Dubai, for example, I'm lucky because I look this way. I don't look Pakistani, right?
Yeah.
If I looked Pakistani, and I went and tried to do what I've done in my career, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have made it. And there's proof in that.
Right,
when I hired those two Pakistani lads, and I sent them out to do work, I got called every time saying, "Why are you sending these guys? You come yourself. Why are you sending these Pakis to come and do the job? We don't want them in here." Like, look, I don't know what. I don't have any racism, but people are racist, Dad.
Yes.
All right.
Everybody's a racist, Haris.
So the way that I look, I can get by. As soon as I tell someone I'm Pakistani, then they're going to have a different outlook on me, Dad.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Just like I would, because of all the stuff that's been going on in Palestine. Now, if I meet someone who said they're from Israel, automatically, even though I'm not racist, my mind will go to you bastard. But I'm not racist.
Yeah.
But because of this stereotype going on.
Atrocities they're committing on there.
Yeah. But this poor bastard hasn't said nothing. Who's in front of me? Because he's from Israel.
Yeah.
And my mind goes, you bastard.
Yeah.
So if I go to somebody,
yeah,
how you doing, man? Yeah, can I have that £10,000 contract? Yeah. Where's your dad from? Pakistan. You bastard. They're gonna think Taliban, terrorists, ISIS. Automatically, all they're gonna think.
Haris, no, this is.
I'm telling you, Pop. This is how the world works. This is why I don't ever say I'm from Pakistan. Anybody says, "Where are you from, bro?"
Everybody,
I straight away go. Holly hates it. Holly waits till the guy's gone off, and she goes, "You fucking idiot! Are you telling me from Turkey from?" I always say, got a bit mixed Turkish, Irish. To go, ooh, exotic. Yeah. Where's Effendi from? That's Turkish. They don't. I'm not saying but that's from Lahore. They're going, get out of here. Get your Shavak kameez and get lost. You know what I mean?
No, Haris, not everybody's like that.
So. They are, Dad.
No.
From my experience, they are like that.
Yes, okay. You might have bad experiences, but come on. Not, like, again, as we said at the start, take it with a pinch of salt. Because not everybody has those kind of bad experiences you had. That doesn't mean that you can generalize everything and tell people.
I'm just saying from my point
this is the
of
story.
view, Dad.
This is just the part of the story. This is just a a portion of a story we are telling.
Yeah.
It's not the whole thing. You understand?
Yeah.
Because I have never, yes, I was just about to lie there. Apart from when I met your mother,
Yeah, you
I
told her you were
told her that I
Turkish.
was Turkish.
Yeah.
Yes. From that,
Why?
apart from
Okay, let's get to the root of that. Why do you tell Mum you was Turkish?
Because
when you
in those days, the people from Iran and Turkey were the very popular kind of generation who's come here, youngsters, students and stuff like that. And they were, I found out through research and stuff like that, through going out, that they were the most people who were pulling
the birds.
Yeah. So, astaghfirullah. So that's the reason I told her that I was Turkish. And she found out about 2 weeks later.
Do you think you told us that on the spot you were Pakistani, she'd have said, get lost?
I don't know. I don't know. She might.
Then I wouldn't even be here right
She
now.
might have done.
See,
Yeah.
that's why it's important.
Yes, she would have done because
She would have told you, get lost, wouldn't she?
She would have.
See, there you go.
4
Case
days-
closed. Finish. See you later. Done.
3 weeks later, when I picked up in my brother's car,
Yeah.
it was BMW,
Okay.
and there was a medallion hanging there.
Okay.
It says Allah on it.
Yeah, but Turkish and Iranian can still be really Muslim.
I know, but the thing is, it's maybe the car as well, BMW car
What?
as well. In those days, a lot of Asians, but you do Toyota, and that's all they drove.
Okay.
Because obviously from Pakistan, these are the very famous cars there, Toyota and BMWs. Not BMW, Datsun Bluebird rather. Datsuns and Toyota, not BMW.
So you were driving Datsun?
Datsun, I was riding Datsun Bluebird.
Okay.
And she told me after I got married that when we went to cinema and when I dropped her off, she knew that I'm from Pakistan.
Because of the medallion, that's it?
And the car.
Okay.
And she thought not to call me back again. That I have to tell the truth. I can't lie here, but she did. She must have thought about it, and she did. But that's the case. But apart from that, I have never ever, wherever I worked in different departments or organizations, Leeds City Council, privately, I also worked in a car dealership selling. Told you that before, Russian cars, Lada and Talbot and stuff like that. Never ever told anybody that I'm not from Pakistan.
This is the thing as well, that you're not the typical looking and sounding and acting Pakistani man. You know what I mean? Like I meet a lot of, especially now I live in Bradford, I meet a lot of Pakistani men your age. Never met one like you before. So you got to understand that I come from a different kind of Pakistani background than the ones I'm interacting with, the ones I've met with, you know. I'm not saying like, I don't know, it's hard to not to flip and make people upset. And
no, don't try not to, because we said we're not doing this program for that. All we were going to do is that. Right,
what program?
Okay,
it's a podcast.
It's a podcast, yes. So all we got to say here is that yes, there can be difficulties, but you can overcome those difficulties rather than going into the nitty gritty of the.
You can't always overcome the difficulty. I'm still going through difficulties.
But you can
today.
work with it, isn't
but
it?
I'm very lucky, right? Let's put it this way. I'm very lucky that I've gone down the Muslim and the Pakistani route, because my sister, for example, she hasn't gone down that Muslim and Pakistani route. She's gone down the English route, right? So she's a completely different person. I don't get on with her whatsoever. I do not get on with her.
Don't get on with your own sister.
Yeah, I don't get on with my own sister. I don't speak to her. We don't, like my other sister who passed away, Zara.
Yeah.
Me and her were like two peas in a pod.
Yeah.
Best friends, everything. So that's what I look at as a relationship between a brother and a sister. That me and Zara.
Yes.
Me and Leisha cannot stand each other, and it's because we're so opposite.
Yeah.
You know, I've taken one way to live my life, and she's taken another. Total opposites, right?
Yeah.
So I'm very lucky that I've gone down that route, because that's served me well.
Alhamdulillah,
I think she might be struggling with the way
proud and glad that you have, and you come here every Friday to go to mosque with me, which is
but the thing is, my life doesn't revolve around anything other than the people that are in my life. Yeah. So I don't think I'm going to do this. Like, you know what? Another thing I don't like as well is doing something and thinking in your mind, I'm doing this for a reward. I have to say I'm against all that, Dad. And I know this is a big thing in religion as well. And everyone that I meet, they'll only do something, and in the mind they're not, I'm getting a reward for this. If I do something, it is genuinely for the goodness of, from my heart, for the person I'm doing it for. I'm not looking at any sort of reward for it. I don't want a reward for it. I will not accept a reward for it.
That's the bonus, Harris.
I don't want a bonus. I'm not a bonus chasing, reward chasing person, Dad. I don't care.
I know you're not reward, but
I don't care, Dad. if I give someone money on the street, I'm doing it so out of the goodness of my own heart. Or if I come to stand next to you at mosque on a Friday, it's because I want to make you happy and proud, not anything else. If God's happy with me, then fair enough. I'm not doing it for a reward. I don't want a reward for stand next to you at mosque. I don't want a reward for giving money to charity. If I'm giving money to charity, it's to help the people who need some money.
Right, okay.
People do stuff just for rewards, and it's absolutely what we're in a game show. I just don't understand.
Reward from a person or a loved ones or a relative or a neighbor is completely different thing. It's completely different thing. If you maybe help somebody out for your neighbor, for example, your neighbor is an old person, you go and help him in the garden or whatever, and you buy them groceries, which I've done that for women across the road. That is different. You don't want anybody.
The people think we're going to be stood at the gates of heaven on Judgment Day, and God's going to have a tally chart. All right, you held that old man across the road.
Exactly.
No, it's not, Dad.
Exactly.
That's not how it's going to go.
But it is.
It's not.
This is exactly.
It's not, Dad. That's absolutely.
Right, okay.
That's the silliest cartoon thought process ever.
No. This is where you are absolutely haven't got it right. You got it completely wrong. Now, this is exactly what is going to happen, Haris. Now, you are a videographer, Haris. You should know this. This is everything we talk, everything we see is being recorded, Haris. And this is going to be played in front of you. I promise you.
Do you not think God's going to go, you did that?
God is not going to do that. God is not going to do that.
I can't do that because you did it on purpose, you bastard. He's going to say that, isn't he?
These angels who are walking around.
Do you not think they know you've done that for a reward? You're not doing it out of the goodness of your own heart, like, scratch that off.
No. This is
right. Okay, you get that. Okay, but you did it. You're jealous.
Let me answer that. Okay, the intention is not that you're going to, because this is where you are getting it completely wrong. If you're doing something only because you're going to get the reward, then that's wrong.
There you go. That's
I agree with you.
Again, I'm absolutely.
I know.
I'm cleaning up today. I'm cleaning up today.
But you're not putting it right.
I'm cleaning up, Dad. Everything I'm saying is right.
I know. But to present it to somebody who does not understand fully, what you're saying can come across very, very wrong.
No, all I'm saying is simply, if you're doing something out of the goodness of your own heart, for genuine reason, then you've cracked it. You cracked it. If you're doing it and in your mind you're thinking, I'm getting points. That's it. You're finished.
You hit the nail.
Because God's not going to accept that. I guarantee you.
That's where you have hit the nail on the head. Is that if you are only doing it for rewards, well, the rewards are going to come your way is a blessing, and alhamdulillah, that is very, very, very good. But if you are intention of standing on a musalla, that let's do this one, and I'm going to get, for example, an apple at the end of the day, or I'm going to get a good food when I go home, or I'm going to. No, you're not doing it for that.
Exactly that.
You are doing it purely for the reason of ibadat of Allah Almighty. That's what you're doing it for. And then whatever the rewards are going to come.
And then there's these people out there. Right, who I've met in the past.
The people who sell it
because I don't pray 5 times a day, for example, they'll absolutely roast me because they stand on a prayer mat 5 times a day. Yeah. But these same people that stand on a prayer mat 5 times a day are doing some absolute atrocities in other aspects of life.
Absolutely, there are stories
and
today.
It's absolutely, it just winds me up, Dad, because I can't take it. The amount of, do you know how draining it is when these people absolutely roast you to death?
I know where you're coming from.
Every aspect in life. These Pakistani Muslims need to relax and just do their own thing, live your own life. Let him live his life. Let me live my life. Whoever's going to see, I'll see you on Day of Judgment, and we'll see who gets through the gates. Yeah, that's it, lad.
I told you the stories before. I'm going to tell you this again. There were 2 brothers. One was very pious, reading 5 prayers a day. The other one wasn't as religious. But the religious one used to taunt the other one all the time that you're going to go to hell. Yeah. Because you don't pray, or you don't read namaz, you don't read Quran, you don't do good deeds and stuff like that. Yeah. On the Judgment Day, the pious one went to hell.
There you go.
The other one went to heaven. The reason is because when we are doing any prayers, when we are doing any ibadah, when we are doing everything, we are not doing ihsan to somebody. Ihsan is we're not doing anybody a favor. We're doing we are doing it that even if I do something good and if I tell people that I'm doing good, that's completely wasted.
Yeah.
Completely wasted.
There you go.
When they say that give with your right hand to somebody, your half hand shouldn't know about it.
Yeah, no,
but these people who dish out judgments right, left and center rather than encouraging people, for that extent I agree with you fully that they are wrong. They should be doing that.
Put it this way: if it wasn't for you in my life, I would probably not be a Muslim. I would probably not be. I probably would not be following the. You have been my entire backbone and guidance in life. From being a young baby, I'm your only son.
Yeah.
So you've had to pump all this into me anyway because I'm your only son. You've not got any more sons.
It's my job to better tell you what's right.
Sometimes you've been a bit harsh. I said to my wife last night as well. I said, do you think the sun shines at Alicia's ass, but you don't think the sun shines at my ass? I said that.
Sometimes I tell you to shut your mouth and don't say stupid things.
No, but that's
you don't. You just come out every day for no reason.
I said to Alicia yesterday. I said to Holly.
In this day and age, you still need a slap or two to sort you out, mate.
I said, my dad's never thought the sun shined at my ass, and no matter what I've done in life, I can never make him proud enough. But Alicia can do anything.
Leave the sun where it is. I'm proud of you. I told you a million times. I don't want any sun coming out of anybody's backside.
So you've been a bit hard on me because of your only son. Because if you had a couple other sons, I guarantee you it'd been shared out equally. Because of your only son, it's been a bit.
You know that I follow the teaching of as much as possibly I can. I mean, astaghfirullah, teaching of Prophet peace be upon him, and Sunnah of Prophet peace be upon him. The reason I am soft on Alicia is that is the teaching of Prophet peace be upon him. That he loved the daughters, and he was very kind. I mean, he had sons, but none of them lived to be a certain age. So I don't know how he would have dealt with them, right? So I don't have any guidance. But I have a guidance of how he dealt with the adopted children, kind of people who, the children he called their sons and stuff like that, right? Even the people who worked for him, some of them he treated them like his children. So the daughters are in Islam teaches us to bring them up properly and stuff like that, but still you treat them much more relaxed and softly than you should be doing with the boys. This is the teaching, so that's what I'm following.
Yeah, it's a girl, isn't it? But I'm saying
that's what I'm saying, Haris, because anyway, this is a big topic. We'll go in a completely different route. I was going to say that to strengthen your point on further, Haris, there are Muslims, and Allah guide us all, I have to say that before, they donate thousands and thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, those pounds have been made through black marketing.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times.
Right? Okay. I've told you there was...
I know one guy, tell you, while we're on the subject, I'm not going to name any names, but I know one guy, this is a deep dad.
Yeah.
I know one guy that goes around every Ramadan.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are all doing dodgy stuff, right? Really bad.
And they go to Mecca every
year. But
I know loads of people in Pakistan.
Every Ramadan, this guy thgoes around to all these big hitters, dodgy guys, right?
Yeah.
And goes, listen, now's the time you to repent, fork over.
Yeah.
He pulls in daft money in Ramadan for charity, and he goes and hands it out and stuff. And all these guys think that everything's washed away for the year.
I know a lot of people.
It is crazy, Dad.
There was.
It is nuts.
I was talking to this woman. She called me for Alicia's Rishta.
Yeah.
So talking to her, and first thing she asked me, has Alicia been for Umrah? I said, no, she hasn't yet. Oh, no, we can't, because my son has done 17 Umrahs.
Yeah.
Okay, very good, alhamdulillah, shukr. But why couldn't you have done 10 and send somebody else to do another 7? Why do you have to, if you have got the money, that doesn't mean that you're going to do.
Yeah.
And this is what happens in Pakistan as well, and this happens in so many different places. That some people have so much money, and I'm not even go down how they made that money, but that's what they do. Every year they go.
Yeah.
If I had that kind of money, instead of going every year, I would go maybe other year, every 2-3 years later, but for the other years I would finance other people to go down.
You can't go.
But then again, are those people you're talking about, and those people I'm talking about, how they made the money and stuff like that.
Oh, died. Mother John. Oh, we've been on flipping audio on the camera. Son of a gun!
But how did he die?
The battery goes fast, Dad.
So where's the battery now?
being arsey.
Check what. I hope that most of the things you were saying were a little bit, so
Of course, camera audio's got it. Don't worry about that. It's still got. It's still on, pops.
Yeah, but if sound is not there.
The sound is there in the camera.
Right, okay.
Sorry guys, the batteries on these flipping recorders, they go quick, man. So I've not been keeping up to it, so I apologise.
So what do you mean? Is it gone?
The microphones were not recording. I don't know when it cut off at some point. So now we've got the camera audio and we're going to wrap up now.
The camera audio has enough sound and stuff.
But let's go now. We don't listen.
Right. Okay. So first of all,
I know. So I don't know if I got the part. What did the guy ask me? He asked me do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts.
There's another question. You're gonna keep it for next
I
time.
can't do two questions one podcast.
I know, that's a big question.
The do's and don'ts, bro.
Yeah, go on. The do's and don'ts. Do's and don'ts. I'll do the do's and don'ts.
Yeah, please.
First of all, if it's mixed marriage, the mixed marriage is that from the very outset, I agreed certain things with my wife and she followed them, but I did not. At that time, there's no guidance. You see, when you're young, when you're getting married, you can't think of everything. I agreed with my wife that she's going to become Muslim. I agreed that she's going to stop eating and drinking certain things and stuff like that, and she followed all of that. Upbringing of the children also, she agreed to the extent, but I should have taken it a little bit further. That's why my daughter has said she knows I taught Haris and my daughter both Quran myself at home because there was an issue at the mosque.
I did a little bit of mosque, but the guys had not.
Yeah, initially they went to mosque for 6 months or a year or stuff. Haris was luckier than Alicia because Haris were taught by somebody from Palestine, and their accent and their pronunciation of Quran was much better. Alicia read from an Asian woman, but then I taught them both at home. Haris, he got very lucky, and that not only he followed from the day one, but also when he spent 5 years in Dubai, that also helped out.
That's definitely, I'm very happy and lucky to be Muslim.
And Alicia would have stayed in Dubai for 4 or 5 years as well. She was doing namaz and roza as well with me.
I don't even know if she actually says she's Muslim. People guarantee she don't know.
I'll ask her, but I don't think she can say that. Haris, come on.
Genuinely.
She says astaghfirullah. She says assalamu alaikum to me and everybody she meets. She says jazakallah. She says all sorts of Islamic things, and she reads Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim before eating food. How can she not say that if she's not? Haris, are you just making things up?
Ask her. You want to call her and ask her?
I will. No, we're not on the recording. I'm not gonna
on the spot.
So yes. So
I'm very lucky.
Let me just finish that. Do's first. So initially, you got to, because the children are going to be growing up, the upbringing of the children, how they're going to be brought up. In an Asian family, what happens is that even if you are not particular about namaz or roza and stuff like that, but there a time comes when all the families together sit down, open the Ramadan, you open the fasting, and you do the Eid and Jummah namaz and stuff like that. People can pull towards that. But if you're in a mixed marriage, if you let it go even slightly, then it's a slightly slow, sliding slope, and it can just completely fizzle out.
Yeah.
This is where thank God that Haris had 5 years in Dubai, because otherwise it would have been possible that when he got married and moved out of the house, he could have stopped going to mosque completely. He could have done if he was living in Bradford. It is possibility, isn't it, Haris?
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
Because of Dubai, you didn't, and he did that. So as much as possible that you have to draw the lines of what can be done and can't be done. You have to agree that in advance, so there is no misunderstanding, there is no confusion at the end of the day. That's the do's.
You're very lucky that you married a white woman that was happy for that to happen. And I married a white woman now that was also happy for that to happen as well.
A friend of mine got married to this woman, and she became Muslim, but 6 months down the line, he was in off work, and she used to go to church. She converted back. So there are people who pretend to do things, and
and it's lucky because you married a white woman, so I follow in your footsteps. But like, never in life did a Pakistani girl ever show me any interest. You know, ever. Always only white girls. Yeah. I've only ever been attracted to white girls, and only ever had attraction back from white girls. Never once as an Asian girl ever. One time in school, Pakistani girl says to me. By the way, she was she was rough as toast anyway. But she was rough as toast anyway herself, right? But she goes to me, You know what, Alice? You're good looking for a fat bastard. I said, oh, thanks, Roshni, whatever her name was. I said, thanks a lot. That's nice of you. I appreciate it.
Right. Okay. So that's why we do what we're doing is that I should have been more strict with Alicia when she was younger towards religion and stuff like that. But now we are doing with our grandchildren, and Cameron and Nora is already going to mosque. And
but we're having the same issue. We're having the same issue, Dad. This mosque I'm sending to, they're really, really bad.
I keep how many times I tell you change the mosque, find out another one.
I didn't know all this stuff was. I'm going about it. I'm finding my way out as I'm going along. When I was a kid, my dad took me to that mosque and then brought me out of mosque and taught me himself. I didn't know anything was going on. I was following my dad.
I'm going to teach him.
I want my dad to teach them. I want you to teach them
inshallah.
Everything at home. So let's try and do that.
Yeah, but they still need to go to mosque regularly.
When I went to mosque when I was a kid, they charged as much as this guy's charging us recently.
No. They were
flipping hell.
They're charging a lot of money, but it doesn't matter. Right, listen. So we have a big topic to discuss next time as well.
Yeah. That's mostly your I don't know about
Yeah, don't worry, we'll talk about that as well. But the thing is that before we end up, Haris, you got to say that please don't get offended, but Haris poured his heart out and stuff like that. But I'm his father, I'm from Pakistan, so obviously whatever he said about Pakistan and stuff like that, he's going to get a bit of a slap afterwards. Because he couldn't be, you can't diss my country. That's
I didn't bad mouth. I said I'm not proud of it. What do you say?
Yeah, I know, but Haris, but that's my country. That's
even
my
you talk about all the corruption. You talk about this. You don't like the people running the country.
My God, the things can be wrong within a family.
I say the same shit about this country. This country's dog shit. I want to get out of here. Go back to Middle East. Middle East is my favourite place to go.
Yeah,
you know what? From piece of man who's from Middle East. He's Arab. He's not Pakistani. He's
from Saudi Arabia.
There you go. He's not a Pakistani guy. He's an Arab guy. So why can't I want to go chill with Arabs, mate?
Go chill with Arabs and be.
That's where I belong, mate. I belong out there in the Middle East. I don't want UK dog shit.
And I would love you to get a job in Saudi Arabia. So
I'm working on it, Pops. I'm working on it.
Inshallah. Okay, let's wrap it up because I got to do.
Right, guys. Thanks for watching. If I offended any of you, I apologise, but it's just from the heart. Whatever I feel. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you do like it, leave a comment below.
There are good and bad people everywhere. That is not limited.
I'm just talking from the heart, guys.
Yeah. Still, Haris.
I don't like anybody. I'll be honest with you. I don't like anybody. I go home. I close my door.
But what about other people say that they don't like you? Then how would you feel about it?
I do that. Right?
Don't do that. All right.
I don't care that if people don't like me. I don't like them anyway. See you later, buddy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can't be like that around people, son.
Why?
Because people are people. The creation of Allah Almighty. You got to love everybody.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Love everybody.
Yes.
Bullshit.
You got to.
No, Dad. You love everybody. Don't try.
Unless they do something.
You don't love everybody, do you?
Haris, I try to.
Oh.
But yeah, I'm not going to just sit there that I'm going to say that I'm badmouth anybody.
Listen, I'm a good person. If I spot someone who's good, and they need me, I'm there for them.
Yeah.
People message me all the time. Advice if I'm going to Dubai with my wife, or this and that, or I want to help set my business up, or give me some advice. I'm always there for people. I always have been.
Very good.
But if it's someone I told you, if it's someone who's draining my energy and who's bad for me to be with, to talk, I'll cut them off. See you later.
Next time I'm not going to do this podcast with you if you're in a bad mood, because I want you to come in the good mood.
I'm in a good mood now.
Positive thing.
Yay!
That's what you get. I'm going to be very good mood with you.
Oh, somewhat.
This podcast. Good luck. Thank you very much for watching, and do the comments, but keep the comments. Let them come, the bastards. I'll sort them out. Love you, Dad. Love you all. Bye bye.